Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Ms. Madiha David, lecturer in biology at Government Degree College for Women, Kachaku. Today in Botany, chapter number 2, classification, we will discuss units of classification. Units of classification are called taxa. Each taxa or category is more general than the taxa or category below it. The members of lower category resemble more to one another as compared to the members of higher taxon. That is, lower taxon members are more closely related to each other than of higher taxon or groups. Initially, this classification was based on the appearance, morphology. Later, there was advancement in the knowledge of cytology, study of function of cells or cell biology is called cytology, physiology, functions, genetics, study of structure and function of genes, and molecular biology, study of molecules of life, which include like lipids. So the classification of organisms has been modified. It became better with the passage of time. Following units of classification are used in biology. Species, that is, we will start from lower level. Species, it is the smallest and basic unit of classification. Species is a group of, now this comes definition, that it is a group of natural population which can interbreed or reproduce freely among themselves and thus produce fertile offsprings. That is, they are able to carry on their generation, but are reproductively isolated from all other such groups in nature. It means that there are some geographical barriers due to which they become isolated. For example, all the potato plants belong to single species, Solanum tubersum. As you know, scientific name of potato is Solanum tubersum. So Solanum is genus name and tubersum is species name of potato. Images of potatoes. However, species formation by inbreeding can't be applied to asexually reproducing organisms, that is for sexual reproducing organisms. Now, what is inbreeding? Its definition is the production of offsprings from the mating of individuals that are closely related genetically. They come from common ancestors. Each species has its own distinct structural, behavioral characteristics. Same species exchange genes between them, that is, reproduce and produce fertile offsprings. But different species do not exchange genes between them. So, species is an independent unit from the evolutionary unit. Species is the smallest important unit of taxonomy, and that population in the sense of geographically constrained or restricted group of individuals with unique characters, and is the unit of evolutionary significance. There may be number of variations or changes within a species. So species further divided into subspecies, variety and form. Number 1 is subspecies. Sub means small. Members of subspecies are capable of interbreeding, that is, breeding among themselves, and producing fertile offspring. But they do not interbreed or reproduce in nature due to some geographical isolation factors. The difference between subspecies are usually distinct as compared to the differences between species. That is, their differences are more prominent. Second category is variety. It is a taxonomic rank below species and subspecies but is above third one, form. A variety will have an appearance distinct or different from other varieties. A variety will hybridize freely with those of other varieties. Now, what is hybridization? Its definition is the process of mating organisms of different varieties or species in order to produce a hybrid or mixture of both. Third one is form. Form is used for variation or change in a single feature within a variety. For example, we take an example of seed shape. That is, seed shape may be round or wrinkle seed. Second is genera. Genera are composed of one or more similar species. We will go from down to up. Example is Solanum tubersum, Solanum nigrum. They are placed in single genera, Solanum. Images of Solanum nigrum. It is also called as black nightshade. Third is family. Similar genera form a family. The genus Solanum lycopersicum, that is tomato, and Nicotiana, tobacco, they have common characters, so they are placed in family Solanaceae. Fourth is order. Similar families form an order. Fifth is class. Similar orders form a class. For example, all orders of flowering plants are placed in a single class, Angiospermae. Flowering plants, images. Sixth is phylum or division. Similar classes form phylum. Phylum is also called as division. Seventh is kingdom. Similar phyla forms a kingdom. There are two kingdoms, kingdom Animalia and kingdom Plantae. Importance of classification. Classification, as you know, is the placement of species or organisms in groups and subgroups on the basis of similarities among them. Classification arranges the plants in different systematic groups. Thus, it makes easy for botanists or taxonomists to study different plants as they are well arranged. Classification gives evolutionary or phylogenetic relations among plants. So, plant evolution or change process can be easily studied from classification. Third is different members in taxonomic groups have similar characters. Thus, the study, form, morphology, anatomy, cytology of one member of group gives an idea about the structure of other members of the group. It also gives details about the phytogeography of plants, that is, geographical distribution of plants in this world, that in which areas which kind of plant is found. Different morphological, physiological, functional characteristics of plants can be predicted from the classification of different groups.